Don't let numbers be your curse. There's so much in this universe that you and I can multiply and see. So follow me. Hello, and welcome to the Multicolour Maths Calculating Colour online course, a series of video lessons I've put together to teach you everything you need to know to be able to paint maths in multicolour and fall in love with it in the way that I have. Throughout these lessons, we'll look at all of the main parts that are covered in this book, from how to recognise numbers, how to paint addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, and eventually you'll be able to create endlessly beautiful patterns all of your own. All you need is a blank piece of paper and a set of colours. With these colours in my hand, let me introduce myself. My name is Brooke, and I've got a small admission to make. I was terrified of maths. For as long as I can remember, I've really struggled with maths so much, but recently I've discovered a way to paint it, to be able to combine maths with something that I love, and that is art. I love painting and writing stories, writing music, writing songs, dancing, and now and then I even paint my face and turn into a zebra. But that's a whole other story. And I've found a way to combine something that I love, colours and painting, with something that I was terrified of and didn't feel able to do at all, which was maths. But somehow I found a way to make the two of them combine, and it's been the most unexpectedly beautiful journey, and now I love maths. And what's so exciting is seeing that it doesn't just help me, but it's something that other people are able to connect with too. So I hope that maybe this art form might do the same for you too. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, or a student, whatever your background and whatever your ability of maths or art, you might also find some magic in this multicoloured method. And it's pretty simple. All you'll need is a piece of paper and 10 colours. I've got paints here, some pencils and some pastels, but I'll show you the pastels because they're brighter. You'll need white, black, brown, pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And that's it. A nice little rainbow of colours. So once you've got your paper and your colours, we can start. Oh, and PS, because I love musicals, I've put a little link to a song on each lesson description at the bottom. So if you want to make it a musical, you can click on them. But don't worry, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. That's enough of the talky stuff. And now we can start actually making some art and colouring. So this lesson is called the number spectrum. Not the colour spectrum and not the number line, because I've mixed them together. And all we're going to do is paint a bookmark. Here's one I made earlier, ta-da! And here's the one that you get in the book. So we're doing the same thing. So, first question is, how many numbers are there in the universe? What's the biggest number you can think of? If you said 6 billion, and I said 6 billion and 1, there's always a bigger number. So what about 60 trillion and 72? What about 60 trillion and 73? There's an infinite number of numbers. And that kind of overwhelmed me. And we have infinity, and then we have more than infinity as well. But we only have 10 digits, 1 to 9 and 0. And every number in the universe is made up of those 10 digits. So that's all we need. And it just so happens that today, at this point in human history, and widely recognised across the world, we have 10 main colours. Most of those are in the rainbow. And when I realised that, this whole journey began. It seems like there's been a hidden colour code just waiting for us to use. So, grab your colours, and we're going to start on a piece of paper, and we're going to work from the bottom up, vertically. Now, the first number we're going to start with is 0. And 0 is white. Now on white paper, you probably won't see white. And don't worry if you don't have a white pencil or paint or something like that, because you can always draw a ghost of it around the outside, and I'll show you how. So I've got my white pastel, and I'm going to draw a circle, just a nice circle. All of them will be circles at the bottom. And if you've got a pencil or something, you can draw it round like this, and just give it a little bit of like a ghost around the outside. And I'm going to write 0 next to it. That is my 0. And 1, the next number up, is black. Like that. I see it as like a solid black ball. 1 is black. Great. And I'll write the numbers next to them in the colour. 2 is brown. 2. 3 is like a little pink flower growing out of that brown. So 3 is pink. 3. 4 is red, like that little pink flower has got stronger and turned into a rose. 4. 5 is orange. 5, orange. And I like to think of 5 as like the sun when it's rising from the horizon in the middle. 5 is in the middle. And then as it rises higher into the sky, it turns yellow, like a really, really golden ball of sunlight. 6 is yellow. 6. 7 is green. 8 is blue. 8 is blue. And 9, our last number and our last colour, is purple. And there we have it, our number spectrum. So, with some scissors, and be careful, you can cut this out and this will become your bookmark for the rest of the lessons. Dun, dun, dun. Da, 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 ba, bum. Da, da, da. And here I have my colour chart. And hopefully you've got yours too. And it means that you don't have to worry about learning the colours right away and remembering them all, because we've got this to help us. And in time, you'll learn them. And I'm just going to take a pause here to acknowledge the fact that this is a code. Multicolour maths, and even just written maths, is a code for this unending language of the universe. And someone else who's been very, very, very inspirational to me is a person called Alan Turing. Alan Turing was born in 1912 in England, and he was a mathematician, a beautiful, beautiful mind in the world. And he helped invent some of the most important machines that ended up saving so many people's lives in World War II. And the machines that he invented laid the foundation for all of the technology that we use today. The camera that I'm looking at, the camera that's filming up here, the computer that's recording all of the stuff, and the screen that you're watching this video on too. Alan was a very, very important person, but Alan wasn't treated in the nicest way at all. And so I've dedicated Multicolour Maths to his memory, because I think we should remember him as the beautiful, beautiful artist and mathematician that he was. So maybe on top of this bookmark, I'm going to write a dedication to Alan. So I'm just going to put, thanks, Alan. You could write thanks, Alan, if you wanted to, or just dedicate your multicolour maths and your art to someone else that you really feel inspired by. All done? Up, up and away in my beautiful balloon. So the next shape we're going to learn about is a balloon. And we use the balloon for addition. When I started doing multicolour maths, I just started painting it going upwards, like all the calculations were adding on top of each other. So for now, let's start in that direction too. We're going to start with one circle. It's just going to be a circle of colour. So let's choose pink. So I'm going to take my pink pencil On your piece of paper, kind of down the bottom, just draw a nice pink circle. And now we're all professional circle drawers. But don't worry if it's squiggly or like an egg. Doesn't matter. So, there I have a circle of pink, which is telling me it is what number? 3, exactly. Now, I'm going to add 5. So what colour do I need to pick up? Orange. So, imagine you've got a rubber balloon in your hands and put it in your mouth and go and blow it up. It expands, doesn't it? And you're holding it in your teeth still. And it's big this end and it's small this end. So we're going to take that balloon and we're holding it up like this and it's expanding like that. Oh, tire knot. So that balloon is coming out away from our number 3, going up. So my balloon of 5, so my balloon is going to be orange. I've got my paint and I'm going to paint a balloon coming out of it. So like this. I'm going to have to do it with my left hand because the sun is coming from this side. But it's going to be small here and big at the top. Oops. Like that. Pointy there. And it doesn't have to touch the pink. It just needs to point away from it. Expand away from it. Okay. So, I've got 3 here and plus 5 with that balloon. So what is my answer? I've got 3 plus 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My answer is 8. So what circle is going to be above this balloon? What colour? Blue. I'm going to use my pastel here and I'm going to draw a blue circle. Great. So there we have 8. Okay, good. So let's try another one. What if I did this? If I take my yellow, which is 6 here, a circle of yellow is 6, and I'm going to add 1. Oops, my balloon like that. That's 6, add 1. What's the answer? 7, which is green. Nice green circle. Six plus 1 is 7. And 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay, one more. Let's try this. I've got red, which is 4. 4 here. And I'm going to add one more balloon, another balloon of 4. Looks like a red exclamation mark. And what answer is that going to give me? 4 plus 4? 8, exactly. Okay, does that make sense? Great. Now let's turn the whole page upside down and do it again, just to repeat. So I've got my pink bottom down the bottom. Three. And I'm going to colour that in. Add 5. Small at the bottom, big at the top. Three add 5 is 8. Great. And I have my 6, so I'm going to do another 6 down the bottom here. 6. Add 1. Six plus 1 is 7. Great. And my 4 and 4 to get to 8. 4 plus 4 . 4 plus 4 is 8. Great. Here is a piece of Multicolour Maths art. Our beautiful balloons. Hello, my name is Brooke. I'm a painter, musician, and sometimes I paint my own face and turn into a zebra. And most recently, I've completely and utterly fallen in love with maths. I've discovered somehow a way to paint it without having to look at numbers. And I've released this book, Multicolour Maths Calculate in Colour, which takes you through, step by step, all you need to learn to be able to paint maths too. Along with the book, I've put together an online course which will teach you everything you need to know to calculate in colour. All you need is some paper, some colours, and an open mind that's ready to learn how to paint maths, the language of the universe. Just visit multicolourmaths.com and get ready for a maths lesson like no other. Crayons out, colours bright, let's calculate in colour.